Hey guys, what is up? I'm here to review another movie review. This time for a movie I saw months ago. And this is weird because I feel like this is one of my favorite films of the year, but yet I never got around to reviewing it. And that makes me sad because I just said it's one of my favorite movies of the year. Ex Machina, written and directed by Alex Garland, which is also his directorial debut, starring Domhnall Gleeson, Oscar Isaac, and Alicia Vikander. And what this is about is like this guy, Domhnall Gleeson, plays a man who plays an employee for a company, and he wins a contest, and he gets to meet the CEO of his company, who lives in a wild forest area, secluded from civilization, but he has this advanced setup, and he's the CEO of the company. Obviously, I think I already said that. I don't know. Some things fly past my head sometimes, but when I talk about it, see, and the thing is, like, in the contest, when he was meeting him, he wants him to test out an AI, played by Alicia Vikander. Like, the CEO is obviously played by Oscar Isaac. And when he's testing, and during these tests, there are times where the power goes out. And while there, he starts realizing that maybe this isn't what he thinks it is. Now, when this movie was coming out, I was very excited for it. The reviews were great. Alex Garland is a very talented writer. I love 20 Days Later, which is actually directed by Danny Boyle. I really like Sunshine, even though, yes, the ending was unfortunately not a good move at all. And yes, Boyle directed that again. He has a good partnership with Danny Boyle, and I know he also wrote Dread. I know he also wrote Dread, and I don't know who directed that. But all I know is I heard that movie was pretty cool. I heard so many great things about the slow motion effects, the color palettes, the style of it. I don't know. I didn't see it, though I do want to. Now, when I went into this movie, I was really excited. I knew what I was going in for. I wasn't expecting, like an action extravaganza or something like that, or something that was terrifying or horrifying. I was just expecting something great, just something that was very, very stylish, and maybe something that was going to be very have like some cool twists, or just, be pretty cool. Maybe like a slow burning thriller or something like that. And when I walked out of this movie, one of the best movies I've seen all year. I really have to give credit to Alex Garland for doing such a great job with the directorial debut. Hold on a minute. And I have to say, I really do like what he did with this film. It's actually makes the atmosphere a little bit better because it's actually a pretty darkened tone. Now, one thing I really like about this movie is one thing I like about it most is what Alex Garland does as director. He does such a great job with the cinematography. There's like, whenever you get like these shots of the backgrounds, like the wildlife he's secluded in, like the wildlife that that Oscar Isaac is surrounded by. It looks beautiful. It's a well shot movie. And there are times where they're shooting down like hallways or anything like that. There's a sense of claustrophobia. It's so well done. The film it looks so great. The production values, the art directing, the art style, the art direction, the set design, production design. It's just great. It just looks so good. I really like the design of it. I also like the concept. It's nothing really that's unoriginal. It's nothing that's like original or anything, but it feels fresh, and I like how he tackles a subject like this. Yes, I also really like this one theme, and I think the main theme in this movie is really just trust, because you don't know whether or not who to trust in this movie. There's always you feel like you can trust someone, but you can't at the same time. Like, you just don't know who to really trust. It kind of goes there. It's like a bit like a mind ball. It's kind of a bit like a mind fuck or something like that with Domhnall Gleeson. See, when you look at it, it's always the interactions between Oscar Isaac and Alicia Vikander. Like, he just doesn't know who he wants to trust or anything like that. And it makes such a cool moral dilemma that I think really helps build his character. One thing I really like about this thing is that the characters, they're not very well defined. You don't know everything. Like, the two main, Isaac and Vikander, you just don't know exactly their true motives or who they really are as people, what they do, right? Like, what their motives are, what exactly they want to do, like who they really are as people, and if you can trust them or not. It explores it it builds their characters very well, and they're the most interesting characters. But that doesn't mean Domhnall Gleeson's overshadowed. Not even close. I mean, he is also part of the story, and while he's not as interesting as a character as Vikander or Isaac, he's still a good character for what was written for him. And I do like what they gave him. I like what everyone gave him. I mean, everyone in the cast is great. Everyone in the cast is great. The standouts are obviously Isaac and Vikander. They are so well done. Isaac, he has this guy who is a bit on like his appearance. He's a guy who appears. He just kind of you're just uncertain whenever you see him. Like what I mean is when I swear I always like these mind slumps. What I mean is like he's this guy who he kind of like almost feels like a cool guy. There are times where he's kind of like almost like a cool guy you can party with or something like that. But at the same time, you just don't understand everything about his intentions with the AI project or anything like that. You just don't exactly know him, and he kind of throws you off. Now, because and he does it so well. Isaac sells it so well. Vikander's also a standout. She's really been getting in movies all the time now. Like I heard she was in this one movie called Testament of Youth. I did not see that. I think it's coming out on DVD as I did for movie news. And also, she's going to be in Burnt, coming out next week, which I'm hopeful for. And I know she was in The Man from U.N.C.L.E., but I did not see that. I heard got like solid reviews, but nothing great, which is a little sad, but what are you gonna do? Also, she's just getting big now. This is a real breakout year for her. In my opinion, this is an excellent role for her. She is outstanding. She rocks the outfit really well. It's a well-designed outfit. You really buy her as this AI intelligence, but also they actually used minimal CGI, and I've seen some behind-the-scenes photos. And I they use CGI, which I think is very, very rare. It's well done. Seriously, this movie's made for like $16 million? Okay, let me think about this. So CGI there is better than CGI in Grown Ups whenever they used a CGI tire that was $80 million? What the fuck? Paul Walk Up 2. What if he's kicked by a horse and he lands on a car? $30 million. Oh my god. If you want an example of good low-budget CGI, sorry, lost my bounce there for a second. District 9, 2009. That's how far back that was. And those effects hold up brilliantly. They're excellent. $30 million for that. You have to give major credit to them. But it's really a lot more in terms of the lighting. I like the lighting. It's very stylish. It appeals to the eye. And, I also like the color of red. I like how they use red sometimes in certain scenes. And sometimes there's like some scenes where an entire scene's lit red, and it just fits the atmosphere and tone so well. I really like how they handled it. It's very stylish. The use of color sometimes works well, but also I like the twists and turns the movie takes. It doesn't really throw them down your face. They actually kind of make sense in the context of the story. I think it's very interesting. It kind of really adds more it kind of adds more, and it makes the atmosphere much more unsettling, and it just makes it much more tense. It kind of builds tension because you don't know what exactly will come next, and who exactly is who exactly is right and who's wrong, like who's a bad person, who's a good one, like who has the right intentions, the right morals, or anything like that. Like who can you trust? That's what I'm talking about. The theme of trust is really explored very well here, and it's very well expanded upon. And when you learn more about these characters as the movie goes on, it really starts to build the tension more. And there were some things that really did. You see these change in the characters, and I think it helps. I think it worked. I think it actually kind of makes sense. See, the thing is, sometimes with a lot of thrillers, sometimes they just do like these changes in characters with these situations that don't make sense. Here, I saw some. They have this unsettling atmosphere, and these characters are just being affected. And Domhnall Gleeson's being affected by it. And he just doesn't know what to think of it. He doesn't know how to react to it. He just is unaware. And when once he starts realizing that nothing is what it seems, you really just start feeling claustrophobia in there. And that's what I like about Cinematography too. It has a sense of claustrophobia to it. You feel a sense of claustrophobia, and you're just wondering what secrets is Isaac hiding, or is Vikander telling him everything, or is he telling the truth, or even telling him the truth at all? Well, the problems I have with this movie are very few and far between. There's no real problems with it. You could say the ending is probably not as impactful as the movie itself, especially with what was leading up to it. I don't know, I still thought it fit. And there was one aspect of the finale, of the ending, that kind of got me a little confused. But, I kind of got over that. Maybe I'm being a bit too nice to it, but whatever. I kind of get the idea of it. And the ending was pretty cool. I have to say there were a few twists and turns that did surprise the shit out of me. And I have to say this movie also is there's also another actress in this movie. I forgot her name. Let me look her up right now. She doesn't really say really anything. She's kind of like Oscar Isaac's servant, like, and his residence, I guess you can call it. Sonoya Mizono, I think that's how you pronounce her name. There's not a lot of people in this movie. It's really just mainly Vikander, Gleeson, and Isaac, and they do well with them. And you do see, Mizuna a couple times. She plays a bit there, and she's also part of kind of the twist, like some of the twists in the movie. I'm not gonna spoil any of them. Overall, I really did like how this movie played out in terms of twists and the tone, and how I like the tone, I like the cinematography, the production design, the art direction. I love the acting. I like the writing. It's a very clever. It's a very well made thriller. It's a very intriguing one. It does manage to really talk more about AI, and it does it in a very different way. It does it in a much more darker way. I mean, knowing the fact that we had Age of Ultron and how they didn't really, I guess they kind of someone explored how the issues with AI. This one really explores in a very unique way, involving AI having like a bit of an intelligence, among the eyes of humans, and or if they have the capabilities maybe they can just they can just trick us. You'll probably understand what I'm talking about if you ever see the movie. I like how they handle the idea with the AI and like some of the themes that surrounding the AI, centering around the AI. It's a very unique, very interesting movie. I really didn't have any problems with it. Overall, I was intrigued throughout. I was never bored. It is a slow-paced movie. Let me tell you that. There are some moments that are actually kind of funny. There are some comedic moments at times, and they are kind of funny. It does help add to the atmosphere, makes it much more unsettling. But it's not like bad to laugh or anything. It just helps. It actually adds something to the atmosphere. I like how it works that way. I like to see Alex Garland make more films. And actually, one time I saw a video saying for top 10 directors, you should make a Star Wars film. And this is for Chris Stuckman and the Schmoes. One of them is Alex Garland, and I could see him doing that. Maybe something a bit more smaller. Maybe a bit more lower budgeted, not maybe like big scale. I don't think he can do. I don't think it's like he can't do that. I think he can, but maybe he should start off a bit smaller. Overall, I really did like what he did here, and I really am impressed. I want to see more from Alex Garland, not only as a writer but as a director. I think he's getting some more projects underway, and I really hope that they'll turn out great. I really do. I mean, this movie's very stylish at times. Very stylish. I like the art style. The pace is very slow, but it does well. The tension builds well. I like the finale. It was a pretty cool. It had some good twists. They're actually really cool. I like the theme of trust. How they explored that, like how you just can't really trust anybody. You don't know who to trust. It worked so well. I had rarely any problems with it, like I've been saying over and over again. But when I get that point around, I didn't really have any. That the flaws are just so few and far between, and I don't really think they hurt them. And if there was any, overshadowed really. I really recommend you check out the movie, guys. I really wish I bought this whenever I went out of my house and went to buy some things. But overall, I'm fine with how. But you know what? Maybe I'll buy it sometime. I do like the movie. I love this movie. I think it's great. It's one of the best. It's one of the most unique sci-fi films of the year. It's so different from what we've been getting so far this year. I really recommend you give it a shot if you haven't seen it yet, and I think it's worth your time. I really do. Ex Machina gets a 5 out of 5. I loved it, guys. It was such a brilliantly. I just loved it. I really did. I wish to see more. It's a little refreshing to see a sci-fi film like this, and it's nice to know, and it has such a great cast. I really am happy how it turned out. Anyways, that's my review for Ex Machina. Comment below what you think about it. What's your favorite sci-fi film so far this year? Mine might be Fury Road is pretty good. I think maybe Fury Road. I'm maybe pushing a bit there, but I mean, it's just so hard. I mean, there's just so many great films that have come out this year. But I don't know. I'll think about it. Do you want to see Alex Garland make more films? Like direct more films? Do you think he'd direct a Star Wars film? I think he has the potential to do that. I don't think it's impossible. You can see what he did with sci-fi here. I wonder what he could bring to the Star Wars universe. That'd be kind of cool. This film, I think, could get some Oscar nominations, maybe for technical achievements. I think I'm pushing it a bit with, like with Best Picture, Director, Original Screenplay, or anything like that. Acting, maybe, but that's, once again, I'm pushing it. Best Actor, or Best Supporting Actor and Actress really is what I'm pushing for. I think, I don't know, maybe Isaac could get like Supporting Actor or Actor. I don't care. Just, nomination, really. But anyways, guys, comment below. Subscribe to the channel for more videos. Actually, do you think I could get an Oscar nomination for anything? Possibly from. I think so, but we'll wait and see.